Do you ever feel like you are constantly having to start from scratch? Constantly losing track of what you were doing? Breaking your streaks? Losing your job? Well, congratulations! You might have ADHD or autism or something. Actually, quite a lot of things can affect your executive functioning. A vast and fun array. Personally, I've got the autism and probably ADHD, and I'm also diagnosed with Hypermobile Ehlers Danlos Syndrome and POTS and reoccurring vertigo. And there are loads of things that I should be doing, but I'm not. Many programs I should be following, supplements I should be taking, exercises I should be doing, life hacks I should be employing, and videos I should be making. But I'm not. Well, I am sometimes, on and off. When the mood takes me, when I remember, when I have the spoons. And I've also got to do all the other things that everyone has to do, like keeping yourself fed and healthy and washed, and keeping your house and your clothes clean, and keeping your cats fed. And it's like every single day. Did you know that you have to literally think, oh my God, I have to eat today as well every single day? I think that's what being an adult is. Or is it? Because I've heard on the grapevine that some people don't have to actively choose to brush their teeth every single time. The people out there can form these things called habits. Seems fake, but I'm willing to take them at their word. Because if anything, distracts me while I'm getting dressed, then there is a solid 80% chance that I will entirely forget to brush my teeth that day. I went like 3 months where I exercised every single weekday at the same time. I was amazed. And then I think I went to the UK on a trip or something. And then when I came back, it's like it never happened. Didn't exist. The thought never entered my mind. I got this little cute pillbox thing. It's, for all my various supplements, mostly, and electrolytes and things. That lasted about 3 weeks before I forgot to fill it up. And then it was another 4 to 6 weeks before I remembered to fill it up. And then once I'd filled it up, I just forgot about it again. I even got it in this bright pink so that it looks eye-catching, and I put it in a really prominent place in the house so I would see it every day. But no, didn't matter. I had a 400-day streak on Duolingo, and then it got kind of crappy and full of AI and pointless games. And so I got rid of it, planning, of course, to replace it with another language app. But now it's just they don't exist to me. I learned German for 400 days every day, and now it doesn't even enter my mind as a thing that I could do with my time. I even took online classes, booked them in advance so that I would definitely do them. But then again, something happened. I think I went away. I think I had a vertigo attack, actually, and I missed one. And then they were gone. But all these books, look. Complete German grammar. 501 German words. I even got baby's first bloody picture book of German words. I don't even think I opened that. I was going to read this complete German grammar thing every day. That lasted maybe a week and a half. And then, I don't know, it got put somewhere and I just forgot I had it until I set up for this video. And now they mostly just sit there catching dust. And let me be clear, I'm an immigrant in Germany. I absolutely need to learn German. I started eating breakfast last year for the first time in my life. I'm almost 40. And for the first time, I was having breakfast every single day. eggs on this little like toasted scone thing. Don't come for me. I know eggs are bad, but they don't do that thing here where they kill the boy chick, so it is slightly better. And anyway, it doesn't matter because that stopped out of nowhere. Couldn't look at another egg. Last thing I want to do is eat an egg. There are countless examples of things that I started and then just stopped out of nowhere. They're literally countless because I can't remember half of them. Cupboards full of the ghosts of hobbies past. It's exhausting, isn't it? All this starting again. I've had to start again in a lot of other ways in my life. I mean, disabled people often do, don't we? It's kind of hard to hold down a job when you need regular yet unpredictable days off. Facilities and services that you rely on might be taken away from you. Even being diagnosed later in life comes with a great deal of starting again, having to learn and unlearn a lot of stuff. And we can become the victims of abuse. And that is partly why I've had to start again so many times. My leg's gone numb. Ow. This was a nice idea, but Jesus, I'm uncomfortable. Let's stretch these little leggies out. How about that? I was kicked out of my mum's house at 17, left the country at 20 after ending an abusive relationship, and since then, for the better part of 2 decades, I've had to move around constantly, never spending more than 3 years in any place. When I was 22, I visited home and I learned that my mum had moved out of our house and she'd left all of my belongings in there to be thrown into a skip by the new owners. At 28, another abusive relationship came to an end and he promised to send all the stuff that I'd left at his house in Argentina to me, but of course he never did. At 30, I moved back to Europe for the first time in 10 years. Owning nothing but one backpack full of second-hand clothes, a Coolpix digital camera, a not smart mobile phone, and a broken Amazon Kindle. Me and my current fiancé started again, in Ireland, and then in Bavaria, and then in Berlin, and now here. We're very happy, and we plan to stay here for the foreseeable future. I'm almost 40, and this is the first time in my life that I have ever known that this is where I'm going to be. I'm almost 40, and this job right here is the first time I've managed to hold a job down for more than a year or so. It's the first time I've had a savings account. It's the first time that I've ever been able to plant something and know that I could watch it grow. And I probably don't need to tell you all, but this has lifted the biggest weight off my fragile little hypermobile shoulders, which are killing me right now. I never felt safe before now, knowing that you might have to leave, constantly living in that state of, but what if I have to leave? You know, like, there's a lot of bullshit said about our nervous systems these days, but let me tell you, that's not good for it. If things change, it's because I need to find a pillow because I'm in agony. Where was I? Moving around, it's not good. Very stressful. Especially for the autism in me, and I know there's some level of novelty seeking that goes along with ADHD, but for the autism in me, that constant threat of unpredictability hanging over my head, it made me feel like I was lost at sea, like I was floating in a vast ocean, under the water, not knowing which way was up or down. The autism in me hated not being able to build a space for myself in this world. And you know, the ADHD in me loves being able to have cupboards full of the ghosts of hobbies past, which is not something you can do when you're living out of a backpack. Because they might be gone for now, but they're not necessarily forgotten. And look, hey, it's the point of the video. Because I've learned that it's not actually starting from scratch. Like when you lose your home and all your possessions, I think it's fair to call that starting from scratch. And marginalised people literally do have to start from scratch an awful lot. And so, in my opinion, that makes it extra important that we do not think that way about our daily shit. We can't always control what society does to us or what our disabilities do to us, but we can control the stories we tell to ourselves about ourselves. I've stopped looking at my cupboard full of abandoned projects as failed attempts, as a waste of time and money, as another example of my inability to finish anything. I look at it like my treasure trove, my wee collection, my proof that I kinda, sorta learned these skills. I haven't completely forgotten them. I'm sure if I tried to pick them back up tomorrow, I'd be a bit rusty, but I wouldn't be starting from scratch. I might be a few steps behind where I was, but I wouldn't be at the starting line. If I do end up remembering to exercise tomorrow, I won't be able to do the reps that I was doing at the end of my last streak. But there's muscle memory there. I know things that I didn't know when I actually started. I've learned more things about EDS and POTS and my body, things that I didn't know before. I wouldn't be back at the starting line. I don't know about you, but I get really frustrated with games where you have to start again when you mess up, like you have to do the exact same thing all the way through again. It robs me of the joy of playing. And I feel the same way about things in my life. Frankly, we need to take the wins when we can get them. Being kind to yourself might be something of a cliche. It might be something that's like used in kind of problematic ways, but like it really is important when you are literally battling your body and in an accessible society to not then put extra unnecessary pressure onto yourself. To not treat yourself as society treats you. You've almost certainly faced accusations of laziness, haven't you? Felt that constant pressure to do more and more and better and better. That no goal that you achieve is ever really good enough because what about the next goal? What about the next step? I saw this one chronic illness TikToker who I'll never be able to find to credit her because apparently TikTok doesn't want you to be able to find TikToks. But she was talking about how she'd put in loads of effort and made all these like lifestyle changes and like she was like finally managing to get like a really good night's sleep. Like she was going to bed at the same time and she was waking up at the same time. She was getting enough sleep, she was getting up early and she was super proud of herself. And as somebody who has recently, again, I'm almost 40, recently achieved the same thing, I could relate. It was a lot of effort and I do feel really good about it. It's been a huge change. But she said that when she tells people about it, their response is like, oh, cool. And so have you thought about maybe getting back to work then? How it's never just, well done, that's amazing, but always, and what next? And that hit. As a neurodivergent kid, I was never really living up to the potential that my teachers and family saw in me. And many times my achievements were met with, this is great. Why can't you apply yourself in this area of life like that? And I never knew why I couldn't. I do now. If you're someone who relies on government benefits, then you will live in fear of the sentence, well, if you can do X, you can do Y. It's constant. Why should we do that to ourselves? We know we need to eat and drink and brush our teeth and get money and all the rest of it. We know it's important. We're not actually lazy. We wouldn't be buying so many bloody notebooks if we were lazy. They are all, like, they're not unused, but there's like 1 page of them all used. We wouldn't be trying so many life hacks. We wouldn't be paying for so many apps. We wouldn't be beating ourselves up if we were lazy. But we should stop that, the beating ourselves up. And maybe also the paying for the apps. Because slow progress is still progress. I'll say it again. Slow progress is still progress, bestie. If the thought of having to start from scratch again and again and again makes things overwhelming, then drop it. You're not at the starting line. You're not at the bottom of the hill again. You just slip down a bit. You're still on the hill. And I know that demand avoidance can make this shit seem like the curse of bloody Sisyphus. And that hill is steep and muddy. But you're not at the bottom. And unlike Sisyphus, your rock will actually stay at the top. I think this metaphor's done now, you get it. I don't know, maybe nobody told you this. I've only just learned this, and in case I haven't made it clear enough, I'm fucking old. The vast majority of my audience are younger than me. So I'm here to tell you, do not internalise the ableism of the world. Because it's really easy to do. If you are racking your brain trying to figure out if you're just lazy, then you're not. Lazy people know they're being lazy. I partake in a bit of laziness myself at times, and it is quite a different experience. So instead, I don't know, be ambitious? Is that something? Is that good? I don't often give advice like this because I'm woefully unqualified, and you should probably also take this with a pinch of salt. But that's all right, isn't it? Because ambition is a subjective thing. It can mean to you what it means to you. There is no real end goal to being vaguely ambitious. You can't be behind or not on time for ambition as a general concept. Like me, I want people to be healthy and happy. I want the world to change quite drastically. I want every single person, even the ones that I don't like, to have their basic needs met. To have freedom from persecution, oppression, and violence. To have their rights and dignity and autonomy respected. Right now, that's heckin' ambitious. A real radical that makes me. Right out there on the fringes of politics. I do kind of think that we should do what we can with our time on this planet, from each according to our ability, ought implies can, all the rest of it. As an atheist, I believe that we only get one life, and in my opinion, it's not long enough. But that doesn't mean there needs to be a finish line or a race. We're not up against the clock. I have no idea how long my life will be. None of us know how much time we're going to have, but you know what I do know is that external annoying things will absolutely waste your precious time. It's quite maddening. Waiting for healthcare. Months, if not years, for appointments that turn out to be nothing but disappointment. Waiting for the state to approve your benefits or not. Waiting to see if your rights are going to be respected by the next administration. Spending your days at some joy-crushing job making money for some hedge fund owner somewhere. Makes me really quite angry, actually. It's stressful. It's harmful. It's upsetting. We should be more upset. So I don't know, be proud of your cupboard full of dead hobbies. You did all that a bit. You made shitty art. This was my it's the rise like lions after slumber in unvanquishable numbers. Shake your chains to earth like dew, which had in sleep fallen on you. Ye are many, they are few. The plan was I was going to make prints of it, but then it turned out shit, so borderline illegible. This is my fancy little panther man. The idea that we need to become experts at our hobbies, that we need to get good enough to be able to monetize them, it robs you of the joy. It robs you of the joy of just being a weird little guy doing your weird little shit. Having fun, just trying stuff out. There is inherent worth in that. Even if it's just for you, still counts. I used to make these little guys. Look, these little macrame. I don't know what they are. They're like, they could be earrings or like key rings, or they could be like phone charms, or like you can hang them off your bag. Oh, wait, I get to do that thing. Wait. I bought this ages ago. I was going to become a Rubik's Cube autistic. I was inspired by my good friend Neely from the Leftist Cooks. She picked it up and she learned it really quickly, and I thought that was super cool, and so I got one, and I haven't touched it since. I found myself looking at it, feeling bad. I'd wasted my money on a lump of plastic that I knew I'd never pick it up. I don't know that. Psychics aren't real. I can't predict the future. I got this because I wanted to bond with a friend, because I thought she was cool as oat for having learned it so quick. And so that's what I think about when I look at it now. Maybe one day I'll pick it up. But for now, it's a reminder of how cool my friends are. Does anyone else collect post-its and then never use them? Revolutionise my life. I'm going to put post-its around and then I'm going to remember things and then I'll forget about the post-its. I have 2 unopened boxes of cue cards, which was going to revolutionise my German learning. But there are so many memories wrapped up in these old hobbies. Looking through this cupboard is like looking through a photo album. This is all part of me. Why should I feel like a failure for not becoming an expert at any of it? Like that macrame stuff. I couldn't do that anymore. My fingers are not made for it these days. But I did that. And I had fun. The threads and all the beads might spend the rest of its life in a cupboard, but I made that. I created. I achieved. I did not waste my time. I had fun sitting in the sunshine messing around with beads. Capitalism pressures us to hustle, to always be productive. If it's not advancing your financial position, then it's not worth it. Time is money. No. Time is life. And it's your life, and you only get one. And if you're disabled, you will already have more than enough demands on your time. You will already feel as if you are not in control of how that time goes or how you feel about it. So we should take control when we can. Control of these little moments. Also, people of the world, unite. You have nothing to lose but your chains. Ye are many, they are few. Seize the means of production. Power to the people. Abolish landlords. Fire the billionaires into space. And fight these fascist c***s who are wasting so much of our precious time. I was supposed to do this bit at the end of the video where I took my supplements, I looked down and saw the box and I remembered to take them, and I forgot to film it. I'm doing it now. Oh, there, look, oh. It doesn't really have the same effect. Not looking forward to getting up off this floor. It's gonna hurt.